A manufacturer is designing a rectangular garden that is to be enclosed with a fence. The company has a budget that allows for a maximum perimeter of 60 meters. So perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times length plus 2 times width. Has to have a maximum perimeter of 60 meters, so it's got to be less than or equal to 60. The garden must also meet the following real-life restrictions. The width of the garden cannot exceed 15 meters due to space limitations. So we'll call this the width, okay? It cannot exceed 15 meters, which means it's got to be 15 meters or less. All right. The length of the garden must be at least 5 meters to ensure adequate growth space. So length has got to be greater than or equal to 5. All right. Which of the following measurements for the width of the garden cannot be used due to real-life restrictions? So what we'll do is we'll go through the list, we'll plug stuff in, and we'll see what happens. All right. So A is going to have me plugging in 10. And by the way, width, that's the key here. We're talking about width. So I'm going to plug in 10 for W. So 2L plus 2 times 10 has to be less than or equal to 60. Okay, and while doing this, we are trying to make sure that our length is greater than or equal to 5. So 2L plus 20 is less than or equal to 60. Quick math, I'm not going to show my work. Subtract 20, 2L is less than or equal to 40, right? Divide by 2, L is less than or equal to 20. So this gives us a box that follows the rules where I would have a width of 10, which is fine, and a length of 20, which is good. And so my perimeter would still be 60. All is well, no complaints here. You check out, you are not a problem. If I were to try 5, I would do the same process. 2L plus 2 times 5 has got to be less than 60. Okay, so 2L plus 10 has to be less than 60. 2L, subtract 10 from both sides, is going to give you 50, right? Divide by 2, the length is going to be less than or equal to 25. So that gives us a box of 25, 25, 5, and 5. It's less than 25, which is greater than 5. Everybody's happy, everybody's good, no problem, we can do it. 5 checks out. And then we get to C and realize, boy, oh boy, did we waste our time. Because it says here that this is the width. The width can't be bigger than 15. So why in the world could it be 20? Well, all right. So, again, the point of this was for me, I showed my work anyway in the off chance this problem wasn't as complicated as it was. In this case, it's not complicated at all. I mean, the answer is screaming at you right there. 15 is going to work, trust me, but 20 is already telling you, yeah, it can't work based on these restrictions right here. So that's optimization. With optimization problems, and this is the intro to optimization, you are looking at restrictions when building real-life objects, and 20 screams at you that, yeah, that's a restriction. So much easier than it had to be. I just like to complicate things. I'm like Avril Lavigne, and why do I have to go and make things so complicated? Remember that song? You probably don't. You were too young. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.